Okay, so for this module, I'm going to be teaching the proper mechanics of how to field a ground ball. Before we get started on that, I just want to give you a brief overview of my own personal experience with the game of baseball. So I played competitively for about 15 years in the city of Victoria. I now coach for the same team that I used to play on in high school, the Victoria Eagles. Baseball is a game that I've always had a very strong passion for because I feel that anyone can enjoy this game, but also just how competitive, grueling, and unpredictable the game can be. So I'm just hoping that by the end of this, you kind of have that same appreciation for the game. So for this module, like I said, I'm going to be teaching you the proper skills behind how to field a ball, a ground ball. This skill is transferable to any part of the infield, so I believe that it's an essential skill to be having. So I hope you enjoy this module just as much as I had teaching it. Okay, for the first portion of this module, I just want to teach you guys the proper stance and setup before that ground ball is hit. This is a very important part to the skill of properly fielding a ground ball because it just allows you to be in the best, most athletic position to make that play. So what that looks like, I have an athletic stance on the balls of your feet, feet shoulder width apart, with the glove out in front, ready to receive that ball regardless of where it's hit. And a really important part of this is that you want to be in a comfortable athletic stance, not too wide, not too bent over. You want to just have a slight 45-degree bend to your back, knees slightly bent, balls of your feet, like I said, glove out in front, ready to attack any ball that's going to be hit either to your right at you, or to your left. So for the next portion of the module, I'm going to be teaching you guys where and how to properly receive that ball, the ground ball specifically. So again, we're in that athletic stance, glove out in front. Where we want to be receiving that ball is on our glove hand leg side. So if, like for me, I catch with my left hand, I'm going to be receiving it more so on this leg. But if, say, you're a righty, you're going to be receiving it more on this leg. So continuing on from that, from a side profile so you get a better idea of what it looks like, we want to make sure that we have that glove out in front as that ball's coming to us. The receiving hand over top, ready to receive that ball and get a hand on the ball. But we also want to make sure is that as that ball is coming in, we're fielding it just slightly into us. Not so much that we're fielding it back here because we'll lose sight of it, but we want to just make sure that it's out in front. We can still see that ball. Again, really important to emphasize is to have our chest still having that bent back and just right at the ball, just in case it does take a bad hop on you and it ricochets, at least it's going to be hitting here and it'll bounce right in front of you and you can still make a play on the ball. So like I said, out in front, receiving hand over top, receive the ball, bring it into your body. So the next portion of the module will be the proper footwork and transferring the ball to make sure that you're making a proper throw to first base. The throw will not be included in the module just because that portion of the skill isn't really required, and I don't really want to be teaching you guys how to properly throw. So what that looks like is from carrying over from the proper setup, getting an athletic stance down in front, ready to receive the ball. That ball's coming in. This is just going to be a standstill so you guys get a better idea. That ball's out in front, and we want to be receiving it out in front, like I said. And a good way that I always like to think of it is you want to think of an L right here. So your base, your athletic stance is where the bottom of the L is. And as that ball's coming in, the ball hits your glove, your right foot is going to be switching with your left foot, or in the case if you're a righty, it'd be left foot switching with your right. And all it is trying to get you to come through the ball and work through it. So I'll show you guys one more time. Ball out in front, receive it, bring it in. It's just transferring and getting that hand up ready to go. Okay, so now that we've learned the three skills that I really want to be emphasizing to you guys, now I'm just going to show you what that looks like in a fluid, cohesive manner, just so you have a better idea of how to put it all together. So again, in our proper setup, ready to receive the ball, have our glove out in front, ready to go. Receiving off that hand, we're ready to go. Show you guys a couple more times. Ready to go, see the ball, bring it in, go through. One more time, ball in front, see it, come through. Okay, so thanks very much guys for tuning in. I just want to let you know a quick little tip for practicing these skills. So what I always like to do was to learn each skill, so with video number 1, 2, and 3, each skill individually and sequentially of each other. So that means learn number 1, the proper setup, before you start learning number 2, master the first, move on to the second, and then so on with the third. And then once you feel you have a good understanding of all 3 separate from one another, then move into building them into a cohesive fluid manner. So thanks very much, guys, for tuning in. I hope you guys have as much fun practicing and learning about these skills as I did teaching it, and I look forward to seeing your feedback and your progress that you've made in the discussion board. Thanks very much.